Hello, my name is Oscar Sosa, and this is my persuasion speech for Professor Morgan's Speech 1311 class. The year is 2000 for presidential candidate George W. Bush running against presidential candidate Al George. The election ends on November 7, 2000, in which presidential candidate George W. Bush came out victorious with 271 electoral votes, and Al George coming up short with 266 electoral votes. This is due to the swing state of Florida awarding the last 25 electoral votes to presidential candidate George W. Bush, winning him the presidency. However, if you look more into detail, you will see that presidential candidate George W. Bush only won the electoral votes, did not win the majority vote. According to 270win.com, in an article titled 2000 Presidential Election, President George W. Bush received 50,456,062 votes in his campaign, while presidential candidate Al George received 50,999,897 votes. This aggravated many and posed the question if our electoral college system should be abolished for a new system. Today I will be discussing the issues and the problems that this electoral college system poses on our presidential election system, and in order to remove this electoral college system, I will discuss the problems, causes, and solutions of this system. Firstly, the big problem is not all votes matter. In TV, they tell you to get out and vote because every vote matters. In reality, this is not the case. Let's take the 2020 election into account for President Joe Biden versus President Donald Trump. According to NBCnews.com, in an article titled "The U.S. Presidential Election Results 2020 Biden Wins," 11 million Californians voted for presidential candidate Joe Biden, awarding them his 55 electoral votes for the state of California. However, 6 million Californians still voted for presidential candidate Donald Trump. However, since they were on the losing party side, their vote really did not matter. This is not the only problem, with another problem being the disproportional electoral college vote to citizens. According to Vox, in a video titled "The Electoral College Explained," one electoral college vote in Wyoming is the same as 679,000 people in California, compared to 189,000 in Wyoming. This means in smaller states you have more power with your vote than people in states, and this should not be true at all, as it should not matter where you live when determining how much power your vote has. The causes to electoral college still being in place is, of course, the 12th Amendment of June 1804, which ratified the electoral college to put into action. So according to Barclay.com, the electoral college, this is the main cause for the electoral college still being in action. The second cause is that it's very hard politically to get rid of such an established system. This does not mean, however, that they're still not pushing for it. Our governments, our states are pushing for it. According to the New York Times.com, in a video titled "Abolish the Electoral College, Everyone Wins," our states have made an interstate compact which will award the electoral votes to the presidential candidate that wins the most electoral votes, the most national votes. Right now we have 15 states in it, and we need 74 more electoral votes to fully pass this, and this will determine how all our future presidents will be elected. And the third cause is there's no protest from citizens. So if there's no protest and no reforms calling for this to be abolished, then it would never get abolished. The solution to it would be to abolish the system fully and implement the national vote system, where the candidate who receives the most votes in all of America gets the presidential candidacy. The local solution will be to push for our states to join the interstate compact, which would be similar to the national vote system, or for us to push for protest. And personal is just to keep doing your duties and push for reform and protest. This does not mean to stop voting. This is just to open your eyes a little bit more to the Electoral College and push for reform. So, in this, we discussed the problems, causes, and some solutions to the Electoral College. We also discussed the issues and problems that it poses on our presidential election system. And this whole speech was just an eye-opener for me to try and persuade people to get them to see just how unjust and unfair our electoral college system is and push for reform. So every vote matters in America, not just the votes that win the electoral votes for the president. Thank you for your time.